Great, thank you. Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and let's begin by roll calling. I am Simon T., Chair for the Commission, Civil Service Commission.
Michelle Sutherland, Secretary Examiner.
Pat Schneider, Commissioner.
I'm Jay Mason. I'm with the Police Department.
Blake Chard, Commissioner.
John Kerman's Deputy Fire Chief.
All right, thank you all. So next, we would like to welcome our new Commissioner, Pat Schneider. I'm so glad you could join us tonight and join the commission for the City of Tumwater. Chief Sutherland, would you like to introduce Commissioner Schneider a little bit?
Yes, I'd just like to welcome new Commissioner, Ms. Pat Schneider, to the City of Tumwater Civil Service Commission. Did you want to say a few things?
Sure, yeah. First of all, I'm glad to be here. I also want to again thank Mayor Sullivan for her support. I've been a resident of Tumwater for 15 years, and I plan to spend the rest of my life here because I love it so much. And what really attracted me to Tumwater initially was kind of that small town feel and sense of community. And I want to feel safe and secure in Tumwater. I do now, and I want to continue to preserve that way of life. And so I'm a very strong supporter of our first responders. And I really appreciate these individuals who risk their lives every day to keep us safe. And so I look forward to working with Commissioner T, Commissioner Chard, Chief Hurley, Commander Mason, and I'm looking forward to keeping Tumwater a great city with the best equipped police and firefighters. So thank you again, and I look forward to working with you.
Great, thank you, Commissioner. Welcome. So let's move to the next item on our agenda tonight, which is the review and checking to see if anybody has any proposed changes to the agenda as presented.
No.
I have no changes.
Okay, good. Then let's proceed to the next item, number 5 on the agenda, which is approval of minutes for the last meeting of October the 10th, 2024. Any comments or question about the meeting minutes, Commissioner Chard?
I have no questions.
Yeah, neither do I. I reviewed it and it looked good. And so any motion for adoption?
I move we approve the minutes from our October 10th meeting.
I second the motion, and those of us who say, who approve of the meeting of October the 10th, meeting minutes for October the 10th, 2024, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the meeting minutes for October the 10th, 2024 approved. And then we'll now move to the next item, which is eligibility list update. Chief Examiner Sutherland, would you want to present us with that?
Yes, we have the status of the Civil Service eligibility list update. This lists the positions in fire and police, and there are currently established lists. If there are no lists, that is noted, and then the date of the expiration, or if the list is active or continuous. So this has been updated for the month of November.
So any questions, comments, Commissioner?
I have no comment.
No
No
comment.
questions. No questions.
Great, thank you. So let's move to the next item, number 7, which is entry-level police eligibility.
So this is the police officer entry-level eligibility list for November of 2024. We currently have 12 names on the list that have scored above a 70%. We have 4 names that were added to the list in November of 2024, and we have 1 that has been removed from the list, the eligibility list, for failing the chief's interview.
Thank you, Chief Examiner. Any question, comments, Commissioners?
I have a comment. Just it's good to see that this last 4 did so well on the tests and interviews.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, that's the greatest number of candidates that we've had in 1 month added to the list for quite some time.
Yeah, good to have such number of great candidates, appear to be good candidate on the list. If there are no more comments or questions, I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the eligible list. Any motion?
I move to approve the list.
I second the motion, and those of us who approve of the motion to adopt and approve the entry-level police officer eligible list, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I hear no opposition, so the entry-level police officer eligible list is approved. Let's move to the next item, which is number 8 of the agenda. This is the
Yes.
firefighter promotional list.
Yes, this is a promotional list from the position of firefighter to the firefighter paramedic promotional list. And I believe Deputy Crimmins could give us an overview on the certifications that they needed to attain this level.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So this is a process where these 2 candidates, actually one of them we sent through paramedic school. Originally was hired as one of our firefighters, worked for several years as a firefighter, and then we supported, and he went through paramedic school and attained his paramedic certification. The other one we actually initially hired as a firefighter, but then right before he started, actually got his paramedic certification. So this is just a process that we have to do through civil service to, it's technically a promotion according to the rules. So this is just actually, they've been being paid as paramedics. This is just kind of putting the stamp on it that they're now firefighter paramedics.
Thank you,
So
Deputy Commander.
seeking approval to place them in the position of firefighter paramedic.
Yeah, any question or comments, Commissioners?
No questions, no comments.
I don't have any.
If none, let's do we have a motion?
Yeah, I move that we approve the firefighter to firefighter paramedic promotional list.
I second the motion, and those of us who approve of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
So the motion approved, the firefighter to firefighter paramedic promotional list is approved. So let's move to item number 9 on the agenda, which is fire prevention officer eligibility list.
Yes, the fire prevention officer eligibility list has 3 candidates. This list, in order to make a placement, was conditionally approved by myself, the Secretary Examiner, prior to this meeting, and an offer of employment has been extended to the person ranked first on the list, Scott Kennedy, working on that conditional offer letter at this time. Any comments, Deputy Crimmins, at all on this process?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's been a long process, as you're all aware. We and the city did a great job of actually putting recruitment out for this. So we actually had several people apply, and then actually the candidate that ended up coming out number 1 is an internal candidate, which was what we were really hoping for anyway. So this Scott Kennedy will be moving from He's currently one of our fire lieutenants, and he will be moving into that position of fire prevention officer, actually, hopefully beginning in December 1st. So thank you.
So was aside from the, what, I mean, do I understand that there's, you went, all these three candidates went through the process of being interview and going through oral interview and the standard process? Okay.
Yeah, they all three candidates, because we had more than one. Yes, they all three had an oral board panel, and then and then we have conducted chiefs interviews since that time as well. Yeah.
So the exam score is the overall exam score for including the interview, oral interview?
That is correct. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Any question or comments, commissioners? Any other question, comments?
I have none.
I had a question as to why one withdrew.
I have to see the name to remember what.
Jeremy McClellan.
Yeah, that was it was personal reasons.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, do we have a motion to approve this eligible list?
I move that we approve the fire prevention officer list.
I second the motion. And those of us who approve of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The fire prevention officer eligible list is hereby approved. I take that, Chief Examiner Sutherland. This is kind of like basically the interview and all the selection was completed with conditional upon this eligibility being approved by the commission due to the urgency of this position, right?
Yes, it was the urgency and the timelines involved, correct?
Got it. Thank you. Well, let's move to the next item on the agenda, which is the fire lieutenant testing plan for 2025.
Okay, presenting the fire lieutenant testing plan. It's a 3-step process, which is developed and administered by the public safety testing for steps 2 and 3. So a candidate screening is done. The second step is a work performance rating, which is a testing component by public safety testing, as is step 3, the assessment center at 80%. 70% overall is the minimum passing score for this testing plan.
Thank
Did
you.
anyone have any questions regarding the plan itself?
I had a couple of questions. One was, how long does it take a candidate from the time they start step 1 to they complete step 3? About how long a process is this?
Yeah, so yeah, I can kind of give a little context, I hope. So step 1 will just be actually tomorrow. The hope is to post this. It's an internal promotional process only, so it's only open to our current fire department members. So they'll apply, and then HR and myself will confirm that they qualify to do that. And part of that qualification is they have to be through probation and a couple other small things. And then actually, once they apply, the work performance rating is a 1-day event that public safety puts on. And then the very next day is the assessment center. So it's those 2 days, and then that will establish our list for the fire lieutenant.
Okay. And how does this kind of plan compare to like other cities like Olympia or Lacey or even Seattle?
Yeah, Olympia and Lacey, it's the exact same. Yeah, we've actually never done the work performance rating, so this is new for us. But it's a process that both Olympia Fire Department and Lacey Fire District 3 utilize. So yeah, it's the same process. We actually utilize the same assessors between all agencies. So we'll have some Olympia and Lacey Fire officers helping us out.
Mhm. Is it similar in Seattle?
Good question. I'm not sure what's the
No, no, okay. Just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, no, good, excellent question. I'm sure it's, but they do their own stuff because they're very big. We use public safety testing to help facilitate these tests.
Thank you.
Yep.
Deputy Commander Clement, so the candidates are not just limited to internal candidates. Candidates can be from all different districts.
No, this is only for our internal fire department promotional process.
This is internal promotional process. Okay.
Yeah, so this is open. This lieutenant process is open to any of our current firefighters and firefighter paramedics. Correct. Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments, Commissioner?
I have none.
No.
Anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the testing plan.
I'll
I
second.
second the motion, and those of us who approve of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I hear no opposition, so the fire lieutenant testing plan for 2025 hereby approved. Thank you. Let's go to item, I think it should be the 11, which is paramedic lieutenant testing plan for 2025.
So the paramedic testing plan is a 4-step process. Again, public safety testing will complete steps 2 and 3 for us. The initial candidate screening is the first thing done. The work performance rating at step 2, the assessment center at step 3, and this also includes the oral board, and we have step 4 here as the top 7 candidates are eligible for the chief's interview, and any may be selected. Any questions on that process for Deputy Crimmins?
I was just curious why one is a 3-step and the other one's a 4-step.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent question. So they're very light positions, and several years ago, we have all of our lieutenants, whether they're fire or paramedic, go through the first 3 steps. So the work performance rating and the assessment center. The extra part is an oral board because the paramedic lieutenant is tasked with overseeing our EMS programs on every shift. So there's that extra component that we need to utilize for that extra responsibilities that position does. I hope that answers it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have no question.
I have a question on the oral board. Who sits on the oral board generally, Deputy Commander?
Yeah, it would be one of the HR staff, typically Matt Middleton, and then we'll have a panel of, typically it's somebody from Thurso County Medic 1, and then it'll be a representative, typically another paramedic lieutenant from Olympia Fire Department and Lacey Fire District 3.
Good. Thank you.
And they're from other cities because this is a Thurston County medical, is that correct?
Correct, because it's very light positions and we're part of Thurso County Medic 1. So yes, yeah.
Got it.
Thank you. Any other question, comments, anyone?
I have none.
No.
If none, will anyone like to make a motion?
I move we approve the paramedic lieutenant testing plan.
And I'll second the motion.
And those of us who approve of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing no opposition, motion for paramedic lieutenant testing plan for 2025 is approved. So I believe that is all the, those are all the items that require the commission's approval. The next item is just next meeting date set for December 12th next month. Anyone have any concern or issue with that?
No.
I think we're missing. Thank you. If there's no concern, I would think we're missing with any kind of update from the chief. In this case, would be Commander Mason and Deputy Commander. Would you guys like to provide a little bit of update on each of your department?
Sure. I'll since I'm live in person, I'll go first. So we currently have three openings with the police department. We have one officer candidate who's heading off to the Criminal Justice Training Center next week, so that's good. And then we have one person currently in background, and so we have two additional openings. We hope to move some of the candidates who just made the list into the background phase so that we can look at filling our roles. So we have two other additional officers in training, currently in the field training phase within our agency, and they're at different levels. So we're hoping that we'll see them make an impact on the road in the first quarter of 2025. So, otherwise, we're fairly stable, and we're looking forward to rounding this year out and starting 2025 strong.
Thank you, Commander. Before we move to allow to have Deputy Commander Clement provide his update, I should I guess I would like to make a motion to revise the agenda to include this department update as we did in the previous meetings, and I'd like to make a motion for that. And anybody like to second? Let me know the motion.
I'll second the motion.
And those of us approve of the motion to add that agenda item, let me say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Sorry, I should have done that first before we proceed to allow department update. So thank you for bearing with me. Deputy Commander Clement, would you like to provide a quick update too on your department?
Yeah, no, I'd be happy to. So with the approval of the fire prevention officer list, that does allow us to officially offer an appointment letter, which I believe is going to be happening hopefully here very soon, and with a start date hopefully around the 1st of December. We also are in the process, or we have one of our current paramedics that'll be getting off of probation December 1st as well, so that's great. And then with the addition of the 8th medic unit finally being ratified by both the city and Mercer County Medic 1, we're in the process of trying to hire 9 paramedics. So we have made offers to 3 and they have accepted. So a lot of work still left to do. We need to fill 6 more positions by hopefully January 1st to get them off to the fire academy. So that's kind of the update that I have.
Excellent. Thank you for your hard work and your team hard work as well, Deputy Commander. And thank you, Commander Mason, for your update and also your continued hard work in your department. Any other business for the good order before we adjourn tonight?
I have none.
I have none.
I don't have anything.
If none, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. I move that the meeting be adjourned as of now.
I'll second the motion.
Those of us who approve of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The meeting's here adjourned, and thank you everyone for your participation tonight. Again, welcome, Commissioner Snyder. It's so good to have you join us.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
All right, have a
Thank
good
you.
evening. Right,
You
bye-bye.
as well.
Bye.